No DQ Galaxy, we are live with our first predictions video of 2024. We have the WWE Royal Rumble Premium Live event this Saturday or Sunday time in Germany, as Gunther pointed out on social media. He said Sunday night this past Monday on Raw, but he was talking about Sunday in Germany. It is Saturday night for everybody in the United States. What time is it over there in the UK, Greg, for you?
1 o'clock in the morning.
1 o'clock.
That's good.
And that's when the Rumble will be for you. 1 o'clock.
Yeah, it's Wednesday here.
Wednesday.
So we'll have fun.
Anyways.
No, sorry. Friday. I'm
It's okay. It's late where you're at. Greg is coming to us from the United Kingdom. So thank you, Greg, for staying up late to join us tonight. Now, before we get to the predictions, obviously there is the dark cloud hanging over everything right now. There's the elephant in the room, the lawsuit against Vince McMahon. We are going to focus tonight on the Royal Rumble. That's why we're here, to talk about the pay-per-view. The Vince stuff is what it is. We'll be talking about it, I'm sure, over the next several weeks and probably even months to come. It's very serious, the accusations against him. And I was reading the complaint, and the further I got into it, the more disturbing it got. Like, I thought, okay, there's no way this can get crazier. And then it did. It's serious stuff, and it could impact WWE. I'm sure it will to some degree, but we just don't know what's going to happen, how this is all going to play out legally. So we are going to turn our attentions to the Royal Rumble. That is going to be the focal point of tonight's discussion. The Royal Rumble, we got 4 matches, not too much to talk about, but the 2 Rumble matches typically go long. You're looking at probably 2 hours right there in the Royal Rumble. We do have our Predictions League starting up. And if you guys want to participate in the No DQ Predictions League, the guy that you see next to me, Noah Foster, is running it once again. Thank you, Noah, for doing it all these years. He loves doing it. He's going to get us going again with it. So contact him, twitter.com/nfoster1916. Contact him, join the Predictions League. And for the No DQ Predictions League with the people that are on the videos and part of the live streams, we were talking about possibly having a pot for this. TJS was talking about it. So contact him if you're interested in possibly putting some money together and the winner collects the entire thing. That will be TJS's department handling that. So now let's get into the Rumble. Obviously, the dark cloud hanging over everything. So just in general, minus what's going on in the real world of WWE, what's going on in the fantasy world, I want to know your thoughts, your overall excitement for the Royal Rumble, just based off of what's been happening on television leading up to the event. So Noah, I will start with you on a scale of 1 to 10. How excited are you for the Royal Rumble based off of what WWE has produced on television leading up to the show?
Hey, hello everybody. Good to see y'all once again here in 2024. Welcome to the WWE Predictions League PLE kickoff. Good to see y'all. Aaron, DJS, Mike T. Greg, nice to meet you for the first time. Hello, No DQ Galaxy. I'm looking forward to it. For the first time in a while, it feels like the Royal Rumble is not one-dimensional. But the fact you didn't have everybody announced on social media or the bump or just in it cuz, and there actually is interwoven storylines and different ways it could go in either Rumble. There's more suspension of disbelief in who you think is going to win and who you think is already going to be made to be part of WrestleMania without going for Elimination Chamber in any qualifying capacity. For me, it's an 8 out of 10. It's a very simple card. It gives me takeover vibes. There is less quantity, which hopefully means better quality. And Triple H is an old school guy. He's all about long-term storytelling. So I'm very intrigued to see what's ahead on Saturday night. It's good to see y'all once again.
Thank you, Noah. TJS, you'll be handling the possible pot for the Royal Rumble predictions. How are you feeling about this show? Are you a big Royal Rumble fanatic?
Oh, I am a Royal Rumble mark, let me tell you. Aaron,
Really?
I know this is crazy, but I'm going 10 out of 10. I'm really excited for this show. There's no filler on this show, I don't think. There's 2 predictable matches, but I think this is the most intriguing road to WrestleMania / Rumble in a long time. And I'm going 10 out of 10. And like you said, Aaron, if anyone's interested in putting up a little cash, let me know. I think it would, we can raise the stakes a little bit. It's not mandatory to participate, but if you're interested, just let me know.
How can they reach you?
You can follow me on X at TYLRJSPHSMTH, or you can just add me on Facebook, Tyler Smith.
All right, and just look for the guy that looks like Braun Strowman's son.
I'll put something in the comments.
All right. Now, Greg, it's late over there in the United Kingdom for you, but you're here to join us for predictions. How are you feeling about the Royal Rumble?
Yeah, I'm the same as TJS. I'm a massive mark for the Rumble.
Yeah.
Every year, I'm up for it no matter what the card is. I've watched a few this week. I watched 2000, only because that's my first pay-per-view I ever watched. So I watched like Cactus Jack, Triple H. Love that. Love the street fight. And for some reason, the '96 Rumble. I think it's just because I like some of the old school Rumbles because there's so much rubbish in it that it makes it sometimes more exciting because it's just, I don't know, they're not ones you watch much, right? But no, I'm really excited. The men's Rumble is going to be good. I was looking forward to it, and then after the Punk and Cody promo on Raw, I was just ready to go right there and then. So I'm a bit disappointed in the women's Rumble that there's not been much talk about it. Like, I don't think it's just Becky and Nia saying they're gonna chuck each other out. I don't know. So predictable matches, as TJS said, but yeah, it also leaves a lot to see what's going to happen because there's only like 4 matches, which is, I think, the least ever, the least amount of people that have entered the Rumble, as in 4 for the women and 7 for the men. That's crazy.
Yeah.
So it leaves it to be exciting. So at least they just haven't announced number 1, 30 and 29, and yeah, so that's good. I'm excited.
Sure.
So.
Now, Psycho Jet Black sent in a $2 super chat. Thank you, Psycho. He wants to know if you have any favorite Gregory Helms matches. I'm sure that was a totally random name he came up with, Gregory Helms for Greg. Any matches that come off the top of your head?
Can I include Hurricane?
Sure.
Yeah. Yes.
It has to be Hurricane versus Rock.
There you go. Good answer.
Just the screw job, like just to set up Austin Rock. It was just what a match.
The Hamburglar. That was a great line.
Oh, that promo before. Oh my god, that was amazing.
Man, I hated when they gave Shane Helms the Cruiserweight Championship. It was horrible.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely enjoyed the Hurricane more than when he was just Shane Helms. But yeah, when he said the Scorpion King has a tiny ding-a-ling, like great stuff there. That was very fun.
Oh, that was brilliant. Yeah.
Mikey T, welcome back to the No DQ panel. It's been a while since we've had you on, and Psycho Jet Black wants to know your favorite Booker T matches from Mikey T.
Finally, the former No DQ,
Here we go.
WWE and AEW Prediction Leagues champion is back, damn it. That's right. I was a double champion. The only double champion in No DQ history, damn it.
But
and I want my spot in the No DQ Hall of Fame. I want it. I'm coming for that spot, damn it. Aaron, I want my spot.
Booker T matches.
All right, anyways. Matches, the No DQ Hall of Fame, right? Anyways, the best Booker T matches, bar none. The best Booker T matches, bar none, is the Best of 7 trilogy or series against Chris Benoit. Those were the best I've ever seen Booker T. He had a good match with Rick Martel as well. His stuff with Scott Steiner was a little bit iffy, with Steiner just hitting everybody with the lead pipes. His stuff with Jarrett was pretty mediocre, along the level of what he did with Christian. But yeah, his best matches were undoubtedly with Chris Benoit. I think it was over the television title, though. You know what I mean? It was a best of 7 trilogy or series for the television title. So yeah, that was the best ones.
All right. Overall excitement for the Rumble?
Now, my excitement from the Rumble is another thing. Like, in the years since we've been watching the Rumble, there's always been a small card. You know, it's always just a few matches, and then the Rumble match. Maybe you'll have the IC title defended. Maybe you'll have one of the main people in the Rumble in like a match to get softened up. At least back in the good old days, that's how it used to be. But this Rumble, I've been excited for this since War Games, ever since they brought Randy Orton and CM Punk back, and then you have Jey Uso and Drew McIntyre, just all these people, LA Knight, that you were thinking the Rumble, but apparently LA Knight and Randy will not be in the Rumble this year. Don't you want me, TJS? But yeah, my excitement level for the Rumble is high. But like Greg was saying, the women's Rumble, not too hot, but the men's Rumble, definitely 10 out of 10 for the men's Rumble. So all out, I'll give this thing a 9, man. Plus that fatal 4-way is going to be sweet.
Yeah, it should be a hell of a match, and I think they're going to get a lot of time considering there's only 4 matches. Now, I would agree with a 9 out of 10. I think that this is one of the most intriguing Royal Rumble events because there's so many different ways this can go for WrestleMania. What are the main events for WrestleMania? And then there was that Sports Illustrated report, which was probably not accurate, but it's created some doubt. And people are wondering, well, wait a minute, is The Rock going to show up? What direction is Cody Rhodes going for WrestleMania? A lot of questions. And then the whole Seth Rollins deal with his injury. And even the stuff with Vince might affect booking plans for the Royal Rumble. Who knows? But there's a lot of intrigue how this is all going to go down. Let's get started with our predictions. Thank you all for tuning in tonight. And G Thang sent in a $5 super chat. Thank you for that. Says, considering the success of WWE's Royal Rumble, do you see other promotions like AEW adopting a similar concept? Well, don't they already have the
Royal Rampage or something like that?
Yeah, exactly. Royal Rampage is basically, well, it's like a battle royal, but you know, you do have the casino battle royale where they come out in like groups of people, like each suit, like the Jacks and what. That's kind of like a Royal Rumble concept. So I think they're already doing that. You know, the Royal Rumble, no doubt, a successful concept.
Yep.
They have all types of
also
concepts.
does something called the Call Your. Yeah. Well, TNA also does something like that called the Call Your Shot Gauntlet. They did that last year at Bound for Glory, and they've done that now for the last 5 years straight. So this concept is definitely something being done across their promotions already.
Yep. And, you know, Royal Rumble has been around, what is it, 37, 36 years? It's been a long time.
88.
So this is either the 36th or the 37th Royal Rumble. I'm not sure the exact number. Somebody find out which number Royal Rumble this is. Because the first one was in 88. I got to do my math, but I'm not good at math right here on the fly while we're doing this live. So it's 36 or 37. 37. There you go.
37. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get to it. First match we'll be discussing here is for the United States Championship. We have the brash, arrogant, superstar, multimedia personality, Logan Paul, defending his championship against the prize fighter, Kevin Owens. Should be a fun match. Logan Paul, whether you like him or hate him, he has not missed yet on pay-per-view. He's delivered beyond people's expectations, and I expect another really good match here with Kevin Owens. I think it's going to be really fun to watch, and Owens will absolutely bring out the best in Logan Paul, and maybe Logan Paul will bring out even something in Kevin Owens that we haven't seen before. Like, Logan Paul's that good. I'm really excited for this match. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. TJS, I'm going to start with you. Do you think we'll get a new United States champion crowned at this show?
No, I do not. I think Kevin Owens is allergic to having bad matches, though. Like, that just doesn't happen with him.
Accurate.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a really fun match. I kind of wish it was like a street fight or something, but it is what it is. I think it's going to be a really good match. Like you said, Logan, he brings it. He takes the sport seriously, and I'm glad. But at the end of the day, I think that something will probably happen related to Kevin Owens' injured hand or arm. He said he wasn't going to wear that cast, and I think that's going to cost him the match. I think he's not fully healed, and they'll play up on that, and somehow Logan Paul will get the win over a very game Kevin Owens.
All right. Thank you for that, TJS. Mikey T, we'll throw it over to you now.
I guess that pretty much sounds like a good scheme for Logan Paul to win based on Kevin Owens not being able to wear the cast. That sounds good enough for me. You know what I mean? Because personally, I would have rathered Carmelo Anthony be in this spot, and they would have pushed Owens and Logan Paul to WrestleMania. I think they could put on that good of a match. And Owens would have put him over at Mania. But, yeah, I guess he'll put him over here tonight. And Kevin Owens will continue his Royal Rumble losing streak.
Oof.
Yeah, there is a losing streak going on for him. Noah, before I get your prediction, Matthew brought up that he doesn't use Twitter or X. So how, if somebody doesn't have Twitter, how can they contact you to join the Predictions League?
They can contact me if they want through Facebook or through comment sections. And when I do sleep predicting tomorrow with the sleep predicting community, I also leave the form here in the comments as the video concludes, as well as on my YouTube channel. So there are multiple ways to connect and find your way to be part of the league in any of the leagues that I host, because I do it for all the brands of wrestling. So it's not hard to find me. Actually, just one avenue. It's not the only one.
All right. So, yeah, just leave a comment on this YouTube stream. On the YouTube page, leave a comment. Say you want to join the Predictions League. I'm sure Noah will see it. And, Noah, go ahead with your prediction.
It's one of those things where at the end of the day, Logan Paul, he backs up what he brings to the ring. He is incredible beyond his years. And I do think right now they are going to continue the run with him as United States champion. I have him retaining. Also, this whole idea of Grayson Waller and Kevin Owens right now, still bad blood. I can see Grayson Waller getting involved here, creating a viral moment, and that leads into Elimination Chamber down under in Grayson Waller's country. Now, whether or not he gets embarrassed there by Kevin Owens versus Taylor Swift, that's to be determined later. But I have Logan Paul retaining here.
As do I. I think there will probably be some kind of shenanigans. Logan Paul, by hook or by crook, will win. I'm feeling like it's going to be LA Knight who dethrones Logan Paul for that championship, probably at WrestleMania. That's my prediction at this point. So I think Owens will come up short, but there will be some sort of interference or something's going to go down. So Logan Paul wins by dirty tactics. We'll throw it now over to Greg. Greg, your thoughts on this match?
I think it's going to be a Logan Paul retain. But I think they're obviously going to keep Owens strong. Because I still think they've got big plans for him going into WrestleMania. So I'm gonna say that he's gonna maybe be about to win, and then Waller and Theory are gonna show up, cost him in the best way they can, help Logan, and I'm thinking that may set up Owens and Sammy at WrestleMania against Theory and Waller. I don't know. That might be a tag team match worth doing. I don't know.
I thought you said they had something big for him, Greg. That is pre-show, Greg.
Oh,
no. You've got to elevate Theory and Waller in some way. Them two have done quite well in the last 6 months. So remember, Sammy and Owen, they had the massive match last year with the Usos, so they don't have to
prepare.
Right. So stick them on the second match of the night with Theory and Austin this year. They were in the main event.
Theory and Austin?
Theory and Waller.
And Carmelo.
And Carmelo Anthony. Chris Jericho Fandango death spot.
Oh God.
I just think I'm not too sure what else they're going to do, and I feel like they're keeping Sammy away so he can make a big return to have the big tag match. I've just got a funny feeling about that. But Logan retains, and that's clean sweep, I think.
All right, there you go. Logan Paul looks to be the favorite based off of our predictions. Now we move on to the first of two Royal Rumble matches. We have the women's Royal Rumble match, which is right now consisting of only 4 people. But you know what?
Yep.
The positive of this is it opens the door for a lot of potential surprise appearances. Will Jade Cargill make her debut in the Royal Rumble? Will Sonya Deville return? Will Alexa Bliss or Carmella return after giving birth? Like there's a lot of opportunities for surprises here. I suspect we'll see some NXT people, maybe Roxanne Perez in the Royal Rumble. We could see a few free agents show up. You never know. And there's that big rumor, like even though it looks like she's going to AEW, like could Sasha Banks return to WWE? Like you never know. It's the Royal Rumble. Lots of possibilities here. Even AJ Lee with CM Punk being back, could she potentially show up in the Royal Rumble? So guys, the way we do this every year is you get 3 picks for the Rumble. Your primary pick, if your primary pick wins, you get 3 points in the league. If your secondary pick wins, you get 2 points. And if your third pick wins, you get 1 point. So, Greg, I'm going to throw it right back over to you. You have 3 picks for the Royal Rumble, only 4 names officially announced. I'll throw it over to you now. Your thoughts on this women's Royal Rumble and who you think are the most likely candidates to win. Go ahead.
Damn, I didn't know about the 3 picks. And I've got 4 people to choose from. I've always said that like when they do the Rumble, they announce the winner, like they announce the person in the Rumble, like straight away. So like with the men's Rumble, they've announced the main candidates, and with the women's, they have 2, unless it's a surprise. It's either the people they announce early or it's a big surprise, like with Lesnar a few years ago. With the women's, I don't want it to be. Am I going from 3 to 1 or 1 to 3?
Whatever order you want to do. Like
start with lowest and go up.
Lowest to go to your top.
All right, TJS.
I don't even know my third. I think I'm just going to say for the third one, I'm going to say
Naomi too. Naomi could be in it.
Liv Morgan.
Yeah, they could be in it.
I'm a Liv Morgan guy.
Me too.
I think I'm going to say third. I'm going to say Sasha, just in case she does randomly come back. That's just. I don't think she will, but I think they'll save it for like another occasion. They want a big moment, and they wouldn't want to waste it in the Rumble because there's a lot going on. Not my second pick would be Bayley. I'm going to say Bayley. I want her to win. I do want Bayley to win because I want her to have the big decision. Like, I want her to win and then be like, them to have the whole damage control, and they're like, you're gonna pick Rhea, right? They're like, you're gonna pick Rhea, right? And then she's like, I don't know, and then they do the whole. Obviously, I wanted to win, but because of the only people that have been arguing and talking about it, there's been 2 people, and that's Nia and Becky. So I think they're going to give it to Becky as the first 2 time. I don't think I really want that, but that's unfortunately I think is the direction they're going in. I'm happy if I'd rather Bayley win it, but I feel like that's how it's going to go. I don't think there's going to be too many surprises. Maybe Tiffany Stratton from NXT might show up. Maybe Perez. But I don't think they're going down too much of the NXT route. But I think that's concerning that they've only announced 4 women out of the whole roster. Like, what are they waiting for? Why does no one else want to win it? Why does no one else care? Like, it's
good point.
It's like even with the men's, only 2 people have said 3 or 4 people have said they're going to win it or they want to win it. Where's the rest of the roster? This is your shot to go to WrestleMania. Like, where are you? Like, but yeah, that's my choices of the women.
I mean that's all great points there, and I'm actually going to completely agree with you on my picks. Like I think it's a long shot. I think she's going to AEW, but I'll save Sasha as the third spot in case she shows up. But I I think that it's most likely Becky Lynch or Bayley, but I'm leaning towards Becky Lynch because I could see Bayley failing to win the Rumble, and that's going to create more tension. I expect the Kabuki Warriors to win the tag titles. So then you got Io Sky with her title. Kabuki Warriors have their titles. Bayley had one job to win the Royal Rumble, and she doesn't do it. And that creates further tension between them, and they kick out Bayley. And then Bayley gets revenge and challenges Io Sky at WrestleMania, regardless of the Rumble outcome. So I think Becky Lynch, even though they've made it so blatantly obvious that it's Becky Lynch versus Rhea Ripley for WrestleMania, like they've just basically said it, big neon sign, this is where we're going for WrestleMania. I think Becky Lynch is winning the Royal Rumble. That's my number one pick. TJS, I'll throw it over to you now.
Whew. Okay, so I actually want to mention that I like that they haven't announced many participants because let's be real. Do we really think anyone is going to win outside of the 4 that they've announced already? I like that it gives us a little bit of suspense. And that way, when it gets down to like number 29, we don't have the Rumble list of participants up. We don't know that number 29 is just going to be somebody like Natalya. We think that it could be a surprise. And I think I enjoy that they've done this. I guess I'll start with my third pick, which I guess I'm going to give it to Nia Jax. I could see Nia winning it maybe, but I think it's going to be her versus Rhea at Elimination Chamber. I think that's a good match to do over there. Number 2, I will say Becky. Like you said, Aaron, I think Becky versus Rhea is pretty much set in stone. And number 1, I will give to the true mommy, which is Bayley. And I think that they're going to go the Batista Triple H route where Bayley says, oh, yes, I'm going to challenge Rhea. And then, close to the end, it's going to be like, oh, swerve. And Bayley attacks Io or something. And that's going to be the match. And then Bayley beats Io at WrestleMania. So.
All right, there you have it. Mikey T, you agree with TJS?
I mean, how could you agree with what TJS said right there after you presented such a compelling argument, Aaron? Like, what sense does it make for Bayley to win the Royal Rumble and then for Damage Control to kick her out? That literally makes no sense. Like,
Bayley attacks Damage Control. She outs herself.
Oh, we're debating now.
Yes, she is the true mommy.
No, she's not the true mommy. Raquel Rodriguez is the true mommy, bro, because she was Big Mommy Cool. But nobody seems to remember that. And then Rhea Ripley stole her gimmick. That's right. I'm putting this out there on NoDQ.com. I said this on open mic night before. Noah, you can vouch for me. Rhea Ripley stole Raquel's gimmick. She ain't even really all that bad. She's on Raw talking all that mommy talk. It doesn't even make sense. But anyways, let's get to the Royal Rumble. My third pick is probably going to have to be Bianca Belair. I'm going to have to go Bianca Belair for my third pick. Just because I don't really see anybody making a debut and winning this thing. I don't see Jade Cargill coming in, making her debut, winning this thing. I don't really think there's a point of Sasha Banks making her debut and winning this thing. I'm going to put Becky at number 2. I'm not Becky, Bayley. I'm putting Bayley at number 2. Bayley at number 2 only because it would feel like at this point it wouldn't feel as strong as Becky Lynch winning the match. So Becky Lynch is going to be at number 1 because it'll just have the strongest feeling overall. What I mean by that is if Bayley won at this point, it would kind of feel a little bit mid. It would feel mid. You know what I'm saying? It just wouldn't get me to where I need to feel for this outcome. So that's my answer right there, Noah. Becky Lynch, number 1, Bayley, number 2, and Bianca Belair, number 3. Since we have an unprecedented 3 choices for this year's
4.
4.
Oh, you're just talking about for the No DQ Predictions League, which we always have 3 choices.
I thought it was 2.
No, it's always been 3.
Yes.
Jeez, that's a lot, man.
And we got 4 overall people in the graphic that basically narrows it down. But anyways, Walter, Rage of Wrestling, sent in a $2 super chat, says, I would rather Bayley win the Elimination Chamber than face Io at WrestleMania. Noah, what are your thoughts on that? Do you think that's a good idea? Is that a possibility? What are your thoughts?
It's definitely a possibility because regardless of the way you look at it, Bayley and Becky are winning the Royal Rumble Elimination Chamber because of the 2 biggest matches for both those championships, respectfully. While Bianca Belair might be a close wild card third, Bianca Belair kind of right now has been pushed to the side with the reality show she's endorsing, of course, with her and Montez Ford. You have to go with Bayley and Becky as your top tier picks here. As far as the third one, you could have fun and go wild card with it if you want, but Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley was supposed to happen at some point, and it never did due to one of them being injured. I look at the Elimination Chamber, Rhea Ripley's main eventing. That's what you do, Rhea Ripley versus Nia Jax. You bring Nia Jax to the back of the line, and boom, there's no obstacles left that stand in the way of Becky Lynch versus Rhea Ripley, which could be Becky Lynch's Wrath WrestleMania for all we know, considering she's talking about whether Rhea's better than her or not. So, simply put, my top pick, it has to be Becky. Second right now has to be Bayley. And third is Bianca Belair.
All right, fair enough. On that note, we will move on to the next match. Women's Royal Rumble should be a fun one, and we'll see if there's any surprises in this one, maybe a few NXT people. All right, let's get to the WWE Undisputed Universal Championship match. We got the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns defending against AJ Styles, LA Knight, and the Viper, Randy Orton. Yes. Yeah, for all these guys. Should be a hell of a match. And as I mentioned earlier, I expect this match to get a lot of time considering there's only 4 matches on the card. Normally, when they do these types of matches with the 4-ways and they really play up like how the champion is at a severe disadvantage, the odds are against the champion retains. And we all know the rule. It's hard to bet against Roman Reigns. Mm-hmm. Is Roman Reigns really going to lose his title before WrestleMania? And of course, there's the argument, well, The Rock and Roman Reigns, if that's at WrestleMania, they don't need the title. But do you really think Roman Reigns is going to lose in a 4-way and not a singles match? So let's go ahead and get everyone's thoughts. Noah, I will throw it right back over to you. Are you betting against our Tribal Chief? Do you think somebody could potentially pick up the big win here and end Roman Reigns' 1,000, however many days it's been run as champion before WrestleMania?
As much as I want to believe that narrative, that Morgan Freeman could even spin better than you on Into the Wormhole from G4 when that exists, I have to say no. I believe Roman Reigns is going to retain and going to WrestleMania as champion versus insert name here. As far as this match, I think the reason it's a fair 4-way, we're building another match to the WrestleMania. And at this point, it feels like it's going to be AJ Styles versus LA Knight, considering the tension that was built when AJ returned and dropped LA Knight right on his back. So, yeah, Roman Reigns is retaining. Randy Orton is the vet here. And I think Randy Orton might be the one that doesn't eat the fall because they might save Randy Orton and Roman Reigns for later, considering how far back Roman Reigns and Randy Orton go before Roman Reigns was the Tribal Chief. And Randy Orton came back from injury last year. You got to go with Roman here. At the end of the day, the marquee is going to have Roman Reigns coming in as champion, no matter what you think about it. As far as I'm concerned, the other 3, maybe they work double time in the Royal Rumble just to get another crack. And that's when we really start to see the form of, I think, LA Knight versus AJ Styles. Or maybe they run back Randy Orton and AJ Styles. I haven't seen no dark tensions, though, with Randy Orton and AJ, though, since WrestleMania 35. But regardless, this match, Roman isn't losing the title. Believe that. I'll acknowledge that result, and that's about as far as my acknowledgement will go for the result in general that's Control V 4 years going. Roman retains.
And I agree with you. I think AJ Styles is in this match to take the fall. He's going to be the guy that eats the pin. Roman Reigns retains. And I've said this before on other streams. I really hope it's clean. I think this is the one time you can do a clean finish. Roman Reigns just pins AJ Styles. No bloodline shenanigans. Let Roman Reigns actually have one title defense where he doesn't need the help of the bloodline. This would be the match. He can beat AJ Styles. That'll be fine. That's what I expect to happen here. Now we'll throw it over to Greg with your thoughts.
Oh, well, straight off, yeah, Reigns is retaining. I've only bet against him, predicted against him twice in like his whole reign, and that was McIntyre at the Clash and Cody last year, which was still the only match I got wrong at WrestleMania last year, sadly. And since then, I was like, no, I'm never going to bet against him in a singles match until he loses, and then whatever. So Reigns to retain. I think he's gonna pin LA Knight. Because I think when it comes to Orton and Styles, they've just come back. They're going to keep them strong. He has already pinned LA Knight, so he's got nothing really to lose in that regards. Because LA Knight's already lost some steam in the last few months. I think when it comes to Orton and Styles, because I think as much as I want Reigns to win clean, I don't think he's winning clean. Like I'd love a clean pin for the first time in like what 6 months or whatever, or longer. I don't know, but I think Solo and Jimmy will be getting involved because that's every match, sadly. And I think they'll take Styles and Orton out of the match, like as in fight them on the outside. So Reigns has LA Knight 1-on-1 to just Superman punch pin. And then if this match is before the Rumble, then obviously that might set up maybe a Jimmy and a Jay scenario later on in the Rumble itself. Because if they're going to fight at WrestleMania, they've got to come against each other soon because they've kept each other apart for quite a while now. So maybe Jimmy comes out and Jay comes out and tries to stop Jimmy interfering. I don't know, but are they both going to be in the Rumble? I feel like Solo might be, but we'll talk about that in the Rumble. But Reigns is retaining to set up a big match at WrestleMania with who? We'll see.
All right, now, Noah, I think we have to do this because we've been doing it for the other shows, like the bonus point with Damian Priest. Does he cash in Money in the Bank in this match? I'm going to say no. Greg? No?
Damian? No, Priest is too busy. He's got to win the Rumble, remember?
Yeah, exactly. He's going to win
with
the
his
Rumble.
Briefcase.
Noah, I presume it's a no for you, dog?
Absolutely, it's a no.
So, I mean, it's just for fun, but yeah, I think it's going to be no's across the board.
Put everyone down.
Mikey T, I mean,
you're
enjoying yourself over there at your home, so maybe you might pick Damian Priest to.
Is Roman Reigns injured or something?
He is not.
No, like Damian Priest is not going to cash in for Roman Reigns' WWE Championship. That just would not make sense. That would dilute Roman Reigns' entire run. Even though I'll give it to Priest, he's got a Razor Ramon like thing going on for him. You know what I mean? This guy's pretty cool. You know what I mean? I'll give it to Damian Priest. I'm forgiving him for that botch where he said, what did he say at the Elimination Chamber? He said he was fighting for the Money in the Bank or something a few years back.
Yes.
I'm finally forgiving him for that. But as far as my prediction for this match, Aaron, there's going to be interference because you're going to have Jimmy and Solo take out Randy Orton. This whole match is designed to keep Randy Orton, you know what I mean, good. You know, they want to keep him, what's the word I'm looking for? They want to keep him
protected. Just keep him whole.
Now we're talking about a future Roman Reigns Randy Orton match. I mean, that leads me to believe Roman Reigns is keeping the title through WrestleMania. I'm a major proponent. I want that to happen. I want him to beat Hulk Hogan's streak, which means Roman Reigns taking the title to this year's Payback. If they do a payback right after SummerSlam, I believe he beats Hogan's streak. So Roman Reigns is keeping the title, and yes, he will pin AJ Styles because of the fact that like the IWC was all like, oh, AJ Styles hasn't got a WWE title match. AJ Styles, well, he's about to get pinned because they're not going to let LA Knight take the fall here. LA Knight has been protected as well since his main event. You know, you could say he's a little bit out of the loop, but the man is still in a main event. This is much different than him being taken out of a U.S. title match at SummerSlam or whatever it was we were bitching about a few months ago. The guy's actually in main event storylines. There is no longer anything to complain about.
All right.
Roman
Reigns. TJS, anything you would like to add?
Well, I'm really looking forward to the match, but I don't have much to say about it. There's no way Reigns is losing. I think it's kind of crazy that people think that this, 1,200 days at this point, this 1,200-day title reign would end with Reigns not taking a fall. I don't think so. So yeah, Reigns is going to win, and I think he's going to pin AJ because AJ is a heel, so he can make excuses, and it's AJ Styles. It's not going to hurt him to take a pin.
All right, and Mikey T, who did you say was getting pinned?
Oh, thank you for sending it back to me, Aaron. It's going to be AJ Styles getting pinned in this match. And also, I want to say this fatal four-way match for the interest level, everybody want to talk about, it's boring. This fatal four-way match is going to kick WrestleMania 2000's fatal four-way match's ass. It's going to be a hell of a lot better than that. And I watched that shit live. Won't be watching this live.
It's not a high bar to pass, but you're also not wrong in your logic.
Noah, I was hype as hell for that match, even though they screwed it. Even though they screwed it when it really should have been Rock and Hunter. You know what I mean? They were doing a lot of things back then, but I was hyped for that match, man. All the McMahons. I was like 15 years old or something. You could not help but be hyped for that shit. Back to you, Aaron.
All right. Thank you, Mikey T, the movie star. Shout out to Josh Mansfield. He sent in $2. He said, all hail Bossman Rift. Predictions form when, Noah? And you mentioned in the comments section on YouTube after we're done recording. So it should be up right after this video concludes.
Yep.
There you have it. Now, let's get to the men's Royal Rumble match.
Here we
have
go.
7 declared entrants. Apparently, nobody else besides these 7 had any real interest in entering a match where they could potentially win and go to WrestleMania. But hey, it is what it is. We got Drew McIntyre, Bobby Lashley, CM Punk, who is right at about the 10-year anniversary of when he walked out of WWE.
Crazy.
His last match was at the Royal Rumble, not counting the house show matches against Dominic. His last televised match was the 2014 Royal Rumble, and here he is coming back 10 years later in the 2024 Rumble. We got Cody Rhodes trying to finish the story. We got Shinsuke Nakamura, who's not winning the Royal Rumble. We got Gunther, and we got Damian Priest.
Aaron, can I go?
Yeah, you can go first. Now, people are saying, what about The Rock? Could The Rock show up at number 30 and win the whole damn thing?
What about The Rock?
You got 3 picks, TJS. Will Cody Rhodes finish his story? Will CM Punk come back and win and go on to WrestleMania? Will The Rock show up and win? Will Gunther win and challenge Seth Rollins? Will somebody completely out of the blue win this thing and throw everybody off? What do you think is going to happen, TJS?
Aaron, does this feel like the 92 Rumble to you, where you feel like anyone can win, or are you pretty set on a few people?
I mean, I'm more or less set on 3 people.
Okay. So, Aaron, I was wondering, can I triple down on CM Punk, make him my only pick, and then get 6 points if he wins?
What? No.
No?
That's why you wanted to go first?
All right, then. Here's what we'll do. Number 1, I'm going to start with my primary, and I think it's going to be CM Punk. I think they're going to try to make things right with Punk, like I've said before. 10 years to the show. Basically, I think he's going to win the Rumble, and I think he's going to main event WrestleMania and win the championship. So, yeah, I think I've said before, I think that's a big reason that he signed, and I'm very confident that he's going to win. Since you're making me pick 2 others, I'll say Cody Rhodes is my second pick. Don't really want him to win. I don't really like the repeat Rumbles, or the repeat Rumble winners, but I could see it happening. Number 3, now, this is where it gets good. So I think number 3 is going to be a surprise entrant. I think we're going to get the countdown 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then this music is going to hit. I'm just going to play a second of it so we don't get demonetized.
Hey,
Can I do it?
no.
Don't do it.
How's
Okay.
wrong with you, TJS?
All right. Well, I think it's
Sing
Hulk
it.
Hogan. Hulk
Sing the
Hogan,
theme.
Hulk Hogan is my number 3 pick. Because
Sing it.
hear me out. Hear me out.
You realize the guy can barely walk. You think he's going to walk across the big stadium. What is that stadium in Tampa?
Tropicana or
Tropicana Field. You think he's going to walk all the way across Tropicana Field?
Hear me
And then
out.
how does he get eliminated? Who's going to throw him over the
He
top?
wins. He wins, Aaron. Hear me out. Number 30, Hulk Hogan. He teased it on Raw. But not only that, he got baptized recently. And he saved the girl from the car. He's living his best life. And not only that, but who does Reigns have to pass next on the list? It's Hogan. So
I mean, are you enjoying some of the stuff that Mikey T is enjoying?
He's trolling, man. He's using this stream to troll.
Think about it, guys. Hulk Hogan, number 30, and then he wins. I mean, it could get some heel heat, but I could definitely see it happening. Like I said, he got baptized. You said something about a walking stick, Aaron. Is that right?
Yeah, maybe it's just a gimmick. He's going to come to the ring and use the walking stick and beat everybody up with it.
Aaron, you're not. Look, the baptism, saving the girl, saying he has one more left in him, and he needs to protect his reign because he's going to be passed by Reigns soon. So that's it. It could happen. He's my.
Now, Josh Mansfield, who wrote that very famous no DQ column or infamous no DQ column about Hulk Hogan, said, "No, TJS, that's a bad TJS. Delete, cancel, no."
So, okay. So you really don't think that there's a possibility that Hogan could show up?
I mean, there's a possibility. There's a possibility Vince McMahon could walk out there and enter the Rumble.
Oh, that's probably not going to happen. But
I feel like there's probably a better chance of that happening than Hulk Hogan coming down there.
I have a funny feeling that Hogan is going to make his if it was not for Reigns about to be passing him, Hogan versus Reigns would be a big match for Mania.
What can we move on, Aaron? What is going on here?
All right.
Wait, one more thing. I think if Hogan is not number 30, I think that they're going to make it Dominic Mysterio so that'll get some heat. But just to recap, CM Punk number 1, Cody Rhodes number 2, Hulk Hogan number 3.
All right. Well, that might be the boldest prediction of the night, but we still got several more people to talk. Psycho Jet Black gave his picks. He sent in $2. Thank you, Psycho Jet Black. He says, number 3, Shane McMahon, which I think realistically is a better chance than Hulk Hogan. Great Khali, number 2, and Jinder Mahal. All 3 have a better chance than Hulk Hogan. Maybe the modern day Maharaja wins this and goes on to WrestleMania, and Jinder is no longer hindered.
I'm kind of shocked. I'm kind of shocked that I'm not just saying Hogan for the hell of it. I have good reasons, and you guys don't believe me.
I mean, it wouldn't be the worst idea if Hulk Hogan could walk properly.
I think he's just going to get in there, Hulk up, and eliminate like 2 people, and then that'll be it. He'll win. I can't believe this.
I mean, you're not the only one, TJS. I've seen people on Twitter and X and Facebook like freaking out when Hulk Hogan did that promo. Like, there are some people that think Hogan is actually going to show up. That's how good of a worker he is. He knows how to get the marks all frustrated and invested and talking.
You think he can do a leg drop still?
No, I do not. Now let's move on here before we go too off the rails. James sent in a $5 super chat. Shout out to you, James. Hope you're doing well. Says, the Rumble is on my birthday this year. Happy early birthday. He says, my first appearance on the No DQ was part of the panel discussing the pipe bomb. Feels full circle. CM Punk wins. And that's what TJS went as his number 1 pick. Both of you going with CM Punk. G-Thang sent in a $5 super chat. Thank you for that. Says, do you think Kofi Kingston will go for another elimination save after botching it 2 years in a row? I mean, I hope he tries again. It's a shame that the last 2 years it didn't work out for him, but maybe he can rebound this year. Maybe he's just going to retire it, and that's going to be the end. But you have to think that he's in it, right? Because I think he's close to Kane's record of the most Royal Rumble appearances. So, he's got to break that record, and we'll see if he tries to do something crazy this year. Speaking of a shame, what about Sheamus? Maybe he returns, written in my face. Like, he could be a dark horse candidate to win the Rumble. You never know. Yeah.
Do you think Andrade is definitely showing up? Can we all agree on that?
I mean, I think there's a pretty solid chance he's a surprise entrant. Would not surprise me.
We can talk about surprises towards the end, maybe. I
mean, we could throw in some names. I mentioned Ken Shamrock earlier. I'd love to see that. Or X-Pac. Hopefully X-Pac was just trolling everybody by saying he's not going to be there. Like, I've been waiting for X-Pac to come back for a while. That would be cool. And Rage of Wrestling sent in a $2 super chat, says, Hogan comes out, he won't get to the ring until WrestleMania. That's the old Bobby Heenan joke from WrestleMania 17's gimmick battle royal. All right. Noah, let's throw it over to you next and get your thoughts on this Royal Rumble match.
It's not really about who finishes the story. It's about who starts their story in 2024. And basically, you have 4 names, but I'll leave it at 3 as we do. Why I really would love to see Gunther ascend from beyond the WWE Intercontinental Championship to World Heavyweight Championship. You got to look at build, marketing, interest, and what's going to be the biggest matches on the WrestleMania marquee. I do think he's going to become World Heavyweight Champion before we go to Bash Berlin, but I don't think it's through the Royal Rumble, why he was last year's Iron Man. I think at the end of the day, they're going to try and pull everything they can to make CM Punk versus Seth freaking Rollins happen. Otherwise, if they don't do that, the only other alternative based on that promo alone is CM Punk versus Cody Rhodes, and Gunther wins. So keeping it simple, I got to say that my picks right now, based on what I think they're going to do for WrestleMania or what can realistically happen at WrestleMania, I think it comes down to CM Punk, Cody Rhodes, and Gunther in that order. So that's my 3.
All right. And Psycho Jet Black sent in $5. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. Says, seriously, the final 4 should be Cody Rhodes, CM Punk, The Rock, and Stone Cold Steve Austin. All 4 of them would blow the roof off at the Royal Rumble. That would be a surprise. Steve Austin showing up.
That shows me that at least there's one person on this chat that found logic in what TJS was just saying about Hulk Hogan.
It's happening.
Because Stone Cold and The Rock are not going to be in the final 4. Like, I don't know if you missed it. If you missed that time in life when that happened, I feel sorry for you. I got to live through it, when Stone Cold and The Rock were in their prime. You know what I'm saying? If you missed it, I feel for you. You got a little taste of it with Kevin Owens and Stone Cold. It wasn't really it. I'll be real with you. It wasn't really it. But I'm just saying, Stone Cold and The Rock are not coming to the Rumble.
I don't think The Rock's going to be there. I know people are saying he could be number 30. I don't think he's wrestling until it's WrestleMania time. I don't think that's going to happen. And I don't expect Brock Lesnar there. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go read that lawsuit complaint about Vince McMahon, and you'll know why I don't think Brock Lesnar is showing up now. Like, there were talks of him coming back soon, but I would actually be surprised if Brock Lesnar shows up at the Rumble. Just read that complaint if you don't know what I'm talking about here.
Aaron, did you give your picks yet?
I haven't done my picks yet.
Okay.
I'm gonna let Greg go, and then I'll do mine, and then Noah will close us out. So go ahead, Greg.
Also, do you think I sound like Nick Aldis?
Well, Virtue does. He thinks you're the no DQ version of Nick Aldis, apparently.
That just makes me laugh, because obviously I can't hear it, because obviously
you're Nick Aldis' son, and TJS is Braun Strowman's son. There you go.
There you go. Yeah, sure. I'll take that. Nick Aldis. He's a cool guy. I like what he's been doing so far.
Yeah.
He's all right. I think the Rumble was very, very simple. Very, very simple up until The Rock showed up at the beginning of the year. And then obviously with Rollins getting injured literally last week, and then the big promo on Raw where it was Punk and Cody, which got me like I wanted that match at WrestleMania like right there and then. That was just great. Two guys great in the ring on the mic. Enjoyed it. I'm gonna be the same as Noah. I'm a big Punk guy, so I'm gonna back Punk to win the Rumble.
Cheers.
10 years on. My second choice will be Cody. And my third will be Gunther. But I'm sort of thinking, then surely they won't have Punk chuck out Cody, because like that will, if people badly want Cody to win, that will make Punk like a heel like pretty much straight away, and I don't think they want Punk to be to go heel just yet. So I feel like either Gunther or maybe a McIntyre, someone who's actually got some heel to them right now, is going to get chucked out by a Punk or a Cody, because you've seen over the years, apart from the odd, like Michaels and Taker and stuff like that, a face chucks out a heel or vice versa. So they're my three, but I'm still not sure of how like it's all going to go down. That's why I'm really looking forward to it. So if Cody doesn't finish runner up, say if he doesn't win it, when does he get chucked out? Who chucks him out? Like it's a big moment, right? Because he's one of them big two. They need a big moment. Or if it's just Gunther, you never know. As far as I know, even though he was number one last year, I think Gunther is still going to be the Iron Man again. I think he's going to dominate a lot of the Rumble.
I agree.
And go from there.
Well, here's what I think. So there's a couple other names, we could talk about names too as we move along here. Saw a few MJF comments. Now there's a couple of factors here. Number one, is he really not under contract to AEW anymore? Like there was all the 2024 talk, but he very well could have just signed a new deal, and that's why he had that long world title run. It would be crazy to have a guy have that long of a run as champion only to let his contract run out and not have him signed, sealed, and delivered. So not sure about that one. And of course, the whole injury thing too. So I would be very surprised if MJF showed up. We had Big E mentioned. Now, Big E recently said there's no timetable for his return. He's been saying that for a long time, but could it be like the last time he did this interview, it was a work and he is ready to come back? Like, I hope so. I would love to see Big E back, and where he worked everybody. He's like, yeah, there's no timetable. I gotta look out for my future. But in all reality, he got the clearance. He's good to go. That would be awesome.
I saw the interview.
He might be doing an Edge, Edge a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
Where he was like, no, stop asking me. Like, enough's enough. Like, my neck's broken. And then that Rumble, you think you know me? So maybe we might get Big E, Maybe he goes back to his... No, he won't go back to his old... That'd be fun.
No, he's not going to go back to 3-95, but it does feed into the idea that it could be the New Day 3-on-2 now against Imperium, since the New Day's been feuding with them, and that'll be a great way to bring him in. So I like that a lot.
He has
even though
with the New Day,
even though after he just come back, would you want Big E to be facing Gunther so early on, considering how Gunther can be in the ring?
I think it would be a cool exhibition match, for being perfectly honest. He's not busy except for the title. I mean, why not?
I agree. I like Big E. I want him back.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, that would be a really cool moment if he came back in the Rumble. Now, I wanted to respond to this comment from Mr. Callum Podcast, nodqmisc@gmail.com, if you would like to have an interest in being on a video at some point. Email me there, nodqmisc@gmail.com. And Josh Mansfield said, he sent in $2. Thank you for that, Josh. He says, what do you want as your nickname, Greg? Greg Aldis?
That's it.
Perfect.
Sure.
The son of Nick Aldis, the unofficial son, the unknown son of Nick Aldis. The son we didn't know about, but he's here with us. TJS?
Before you make your predictions, I just want you to know, keep in mind that Cody is on the cover of the new 2K24 game, and the tagline for that game is "Finish Your Story." Just wanted to throw that out there.
Very good point, and that leads to my predictions. I am going the safe route, even though there could be twists and turns. My number 3 pick is going to be Gunther. They did the tease on Raw, and maybe this is all part of a changing of the plans, and they want to have Gunther go against Seth Rollins at WrestleMania, go with CM Punk versus Cody at WrestleMania. That's a possibility. My number 2 pick is CM Punk. You know, he just came back, and TJ, as you mentioned, Punk, him winning his first match back on TV. Big deal here, going into the main event of WrestleMania. The only problem with that, the only reason, one of the reasons that I don't think that is going to happen is the only thing that makes sense for him. I know they teased the match with Rollins, but if CM Punk wins, like, I feel like he has to challenge Roman Reigns. Like, that would be weird to me if CM Punk wins the Royal Rumble and doesn't challenge Roman Reigns. At least with Gunther, he already established on Raw. He said flat out, if he wins, he's going to face Rollins and capitalize on Rollins not being 100%. So they at least explained that, what Gunther's intentions are. And, you know, that can make sense. But Punk not going after Roman Reigns just doesn't make sense to me. So I don't think it's going to be CM Punk winning the Rumble. I think it's going to be Cody Rhodes finishing the story. I think that last year, with Cody Rhodes being number 30, this year he is going to be number 1. Last year he won, and people were like, man, he got number 30. He really didn't earn the Royal Rumble win. So this year it's the complete opposite. He has to go the entire match to win it at number 1, and he will. Cody Rhodes will win at number 1. And he will go on and finish the story. They got the tagline for the video game. They want to sell as many video games as possible. So Cody Rhodes finishing the story, the theme for WrestleMania season, sell as many video games as possible. You have to keep in mind, when you think about who's winning this match, obviously The Rock is a factor in all this, but you have to think, what is the most financially beneficial outcome here? Okay. Cody Rhodes winning, not just to finish the story, but with the video game. They make a lot of money out of those video games, and that's just going to boost sales even more. Finish the story with the video game right as Cody Rhodes is finishing the story for WrestleMania. Financially, it makes sense. I'm going with the dollar signs. Could The Rock show up at number 30 and win? Sure. It's a possibility, but I'm not expecting The Rock to wrestle. So I'm going with Cody, CM Punk, and Gunther in that order.
What?
And I mean, CM Punk could win.
Hogan.
What?
Hogan.
Oh yeah,
40 years of Hulkamania. That's another thing.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, Hulk Hogan.
I can't believe this.
Rage of Wrestling sent in a $5 super chat. Thank you for that, Walter. He says, the first big surprise will be more Ronaldo will come out for commentary. It will be a night of surprises. Man, I wish. I would love that. And I hope Pat McAfee does commentary for this show. He came out last year. I'd love for him to come back for the Rumble, at least do the Rumble. Man, I miss him. I miss both guys. Like, so that would be my commentary dream team. More Ronaldo and Pat McAfee.
Okay, all right.
Yes. Love that.
So that would be, yep, I see that.
I guess Virtue, The Rock is the best financial outcome, but I don't think The Rock's wrestling here. So thus, I'm going with Cody Rhodes. Noah, go ahead and wrap us up with your picks.
Actually, I said them earlier, so it's actually the movie star that.
Oh, the movie star. Down. My bad.
Botch.
I'm having some of that stuff Mikey's been having. I'm getting a contact high through the virtual chat room we have here. Go ahead, Mikey.
So, Aaron, you're just saying The Rock's not wrestling at WrestleMania 40?
I'm leaning towards 41 because I feel like he needs a good 6 months to physically prepare for it. Yep. And when he said in the interview he's all about the long build, like, I wonder if they're going to wait out on it one more year and do it at 41 and let Cody finish the story and then open that up so Roman Reigns can try to get the title back, but then The Rock comes back and that sets up WrestleMania. It could be 40. They may do it right away, but I have this feeling they're going to wait till 41. And Cody's in the interviews saying that, you know, if he doesn't finish the story, like, this whole year's been a failure. Like, just all the little bits and pieces make me think it's Cody finishing the story this year. But could be The Rock, which might mean that CM Punk wins the Rumble. Who knows?
Right.
I mean,
exactly.
it is tough to call. Like, I'm not super confident with Cody. I think it could very well be CM Punk. But I'm very intrigued to how this all plays out. So go ahead, Mikey. Let's get your thoughts.
Yeah, because honestly, if it's going to be The Rock versus Roman Reigns, there's no point in jeopardizing their creativity with Cody Rhodes winning the Rumble. It would make more logical sense for CM Punk, so they wouldn't put themselves back into a corner and forcing them to do something that we don't want to see happen with the winner of the Rumble, like challenge in Perth or something like that. So I think possibly, yeah, it could be a whole WrestleMania 27 scenario where they want to build for The Rock versus Roman Reigns for a full year and get the full momentum out of that, which would be cool. You know what I mean? And it would give Roman Reigns to do something to do without the title. Now, after seeing this Monday night's Raw, you know, with that promo with CM Punk and Cody Rhodes, you know, and I think CM Punk kind of spoiled everything with that promo, telling the whole world about how Dusty was told him to watch out for him, to make sure his kid was good. Punk should have saved that promo for the night after the Royal Rumble. He kind of spoiled it right there because it's going to end up being that CM Punk is going to lose the Rumble, I think, in helping Cody Rhodes in some way, or he's going to look out for Cody Rhodes in some way, or he is just looking out for him by letting him go over in this match. That's what kind of ruined the outcome for me. You know, that's why CM Punk is going to be cool with losing this year's Royal Rumble. And I just wanted to point out the last Royal Rumble that Punk was in, they had bad creative for him with Kane coming out and eliminating him in the freaking match. Like you got this bona fide superstar getting eliminated by corporate Kane. And then they wanted to appease. Yeah, it happened. They were going to make CM Punk wrestle Kane too at the pay-per-view in between the Rumble and WrestleMania. It was going to be CM Punk versus Kane. And CM Punk was like, F that.
I think it was supposed to be Triple H versus CM Punk at WrestleMania. That was where they were going.
Yeah,
right.
He said before WrestleMania, Kane versus.
And at the No Way Out like pay-per-view, Elimination Chamber, Roadblock, whatever it was, just like they did Triple H and Dean Ambrose, they were going to do Kane versus CM Punk. They know how to bury somebody. I'll tell you that much. But so Cody Rhodes is going to win the Rumble based on that promo. Remember, predictions subject to change. Hit no up. Cody Rhodes, CM Punk. And, you know, since TJS wants to go crazy with the third pick, I got a crazy third pick.
Okay.
All right. I think there will be a surprise in the Rumble. The third entry, my third pick, I'm saying the former governor of California.
I thought you were going to say Jesse Ventura.
No, Aaron. Arnold Schwarzenegger is going to make his return to the WWE. He's going to win the Rumble.
Oh, my gosh.
You guys.
Noah, put me down for Arnie.
All right.
In there. I want to see it on the graphic.
He's that confident that the third pick's not winning.
I wrote it down.
Why is no one going with Logan? I don't get it.
Oh, my Lord.
There's one more thing. So Virtue brought up these matches, which is what Sports Illustrated was reporting on, and you know that report apparently is not accurate, but maybe he's backtracking just to throw people off the scent. Who knows with that? But that was what was posted on Sports Illustrated's website. The other thing about WrestleMania that I wanted to mention, I could see The Rock interfering to help Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania because you're going to have the Bloodline try to repeat last year, interfere, Solo Sikoa and Jimmy Uso. But this time The Rock comes out and foils their plan, takes out the Bloodline. Cody Rhodes beats Roman Reigns. And now Roman Reigns has a reason to pay attention to The Rock. And, you know, Roman Reigns is going to take his time off. You know, he's not booked for the show in France. You know, he'll probably take a couple months off and he'll come back and do a match or two. And then he'll call out The Rock. And by that point, it'll be close to WrestleMania 41. So I think that's my bold prediction at this point. The Rock will be at WrestleMania 40, but he's going to help Cody Rhodes win the title and stop the bloodline from their usual interference that they do literally every single match. That's my pick for that. Mikey T, any other thoughts you have before we wrap it up?
Yeah, purely a rinse and repeat of WrestleMania 27, where The Rock, what did he cost John Cena the WWE Championship?
Yes.
And also, I just wanted to put it out there, I don't think we're going to get Cody versus CM Punk at WrestleMania, but I do possibly think we will get them at the start of the Rumble. CM Punk number 1, Cody number 2. I don't think Cody necessarily is going to be number 1. He might even be number 4. Punk might get rid of 2 guys, and then Cody comes in, and we get Cody and Punk from numbers 1 and 4. So I think we will get to see them going at it for a prolonged period of time in the Rumble. And if we're talking about surprises, I guess I'd like to see Ken Shamrock more than X-Pac. I feel like we saw X-Pac come in the last few years, didn't we?
He was at the Raw anniversary show like 5 or 6 years back. He was in the Hall of Fame, right? With DX.
Yeah, so I just thought we've already seen X-Pac really come back. And my big opinion was going to be that Brock would be there before Josh really shut that down in our No DQ group chat. You know what I mean? I really thought, since Gunther is going so heavy about he's going to win the Rumble, I was thinking maybe he would be there at number 29 or like late or maybe mid, and then Brock would come in and just thwart his plans. But it looks like they're just totally getting away from that.
I think Brock might. If I don't think that this news has affected the Brock plans, because Brock is not being sued. The lawsuit's not against Brock. His name wasn't even mentioned in this paperwork. But go to nodq.com, read the full lawsuit release. I think if Brock was going to show up, he still is. But if he's not, he's not.
Because Gunther seems so confident that he's going to win this thing, going to post it on social media. Somebody's got to come in and shut him down.
Yeah. Maybe Cody and Punk team up to eliminate Gunther.
Never say never. We do have a few
super him on his own last year.
Oh, yeah, I guess you're right.
Yeah, why would he need Punk?
The game is on 100 sent in a $2 super chat, says, once ago, even John Cena won the WWE title with a CD out in 2005. Yeah, that is true.
That's fair.
Yeah.
CD out?
Yeah, his CD.
Oh,
remember?
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
I know, it's a CD. I know that was before you were born, TJ.
Hey,
we had something called compact discs back in our day.
Yeah. I like the album, though. The John Cena
album sold some records.
The Macho Man album is actually also good, I think.
All right, Aaron.
And that was also before you were born.
Yes, probably.
Like bringing up the Macho Man album.
You don't like that album, Mikey?
Aaron, can we move on?
Well, okay, I want your opinion now. Do you like the Macho Man album? I think it's pretty good. For a non-professional rapper, I thought he did a solid job. And I give credit to the producers that made him sound good,
I liked witnessing Macho Man's relationship with Elizabeth culminating into their marriage. I liked watching the Macho Man spray paint DDP's back. I even liked watching Macho Man come back with Gorgeous George and the tentative team faction that they had going with him and Psycho Sid. That's what I like from Macho Man, but not him rapping.
And you know what? I think Hogan might have been shooting when he said he's got one more left in him. He went off the script and said,
and he dissed Hulk Hogan. It was like, he dissed Hulk Hogan to sell a record. It was like funny as hell.
All right, we got a couple more super chats here. Shanti, who's in Hawaii. Shout out to Shanti. He sent in $2, said, Sami Zayn, spelled Zayn wrong, but that's okay. Sami Zayn appearing for the Royal Rumble, I'm hopeful. Yeah, I would expect him in the Royal Rumble. I would not be surprised at all by Sami Zayn being in it. And G-Thang sent in a $2 super chat, says, I was really hoping we could go a stream without Ryback being mentioned, but here we are. What's more likely to return, Hulk Hogan or Ryback? Probably Ryback.
Well,
Which
Hulk
is-
Hogan only came back. So, I mean, he came back in that little video package. They're actually still continuously doing business with Hulk.
I mean, you guys would pop if Ryback's music hit "Feed Me More." You guys would pop.
Not me, man.
You
Not me.
would. You'd be
No.
like, "Oh yeah, feed me more." He's back.
God, man, I didn't like it when they were forcing Ryback down our throats, you know, putting him into Hell in a Cell matches and TLC matches and shit like that. Like, I felt like that was a little too much, too soon. They really killed his career.
Wait a minute, he was big in like 2012, right?
Yeah.
So I was pretty young, and I actually did like him when I was a kid.
Well, I mean, that's no
Yes.
surprise.
Nobody remembers the year that Ryback was big. It's not like something you remember. It's not like remembering Bret Hart. It's not like remember, you know what I mean? It's
Iconic.
Yeah, nobody remembers when Ryback was popping. You know what I'm saying? If he even was.
Oh, he was popping.
Wardlow was more popping than Ryback.
All right, then. On that note, you know what's funny? We never talked about Okada. Now he's still under contract to New Japan Pro Wrestling, so they would have to work out some kind of deal for that to happen. But I think that would be great if that happened. But I'm not expecting it. That would surprise me if he showed up.
I don't think the crowd would know who Okada is.
Rumble crowd would.
Okay, yeah.
You put him out there in Oklahoma City on a random episode of Raw, it'll be a different story. But the Rumble crowd's going to be a lot of hardcore fans, so they would know who he is. But yeah, lots of potential surprises. We're all excited to see who's going to show up and how this is going to play out for WrestleMania. Hopefully, when the Rumble's over, we have a clear picture of where we're going for WrestleMania, but maybe not. Maybe they got some more swerves and bumps in the roads ahead. So that's it for the Royal Rumble. Let's go ahead and do our plugs. Mikey T, we'll start off with you. Thanks for being on and giving us your opinions on everything tonight. Anything you would like to plug or promote?
I appreciate the No DQ Galaxy. If everybody wants to follow me on YouTube, it's Report Card Radio. I drop interviews. I do live streams where I go on crazy ass rants. So y'all should tap in with me. Come subscribe. And also, I will be here on the No DQ channel to defend what will undoubtedly, most likely, become mine. And I'm talking about the No DQ Prediction Leagues Championship. That's what I'm coming for, y'all. I'm going to take that title, and I will hold it proudly, and I'll win whatever money TJS wants to put up. Or gift cards. I don't know what TJS is doing. If he's doing some Longhorns gift cards, I'll be down for that. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you want to do, TJS.
I'm putting up $50, actually $100. That's my commitment to the prize pool. So I guess I'll just do my plugs now.
All right, go ahead, TJS.
$100 if you guys are interested in putting some more money in the pool. Obviously, it's not mandatory, but if you want to win the cash prize, you have to contribute at least something to the pool. So, yeah, that being said, follow me on X at Tyler Joseph Smith without the vowels. And that's it. It's going to be a fun show. And thanks for having me on, Aaron. Good stuff as always.
Absolutely. Greg, pleasure to have you on. Thank you for being on late your time. We appreciate it. I know it's the norm for you with the times. And coming up soon, we got Backlash in France, and that's going to be pretty early for everybody in the United States. And hell, Elimination Chamber, we're going to know what it's like because it's going to be 5 a.m. Eastern time when that pay-per-view starts. And like 2 a.m. for people that live in like California and Los Angeles and that area. So yeah, for a lot of people in the United States, it's going to be a very early viewing if they want to catch it live. So Greg, thanks for being on. Anything you would like to plug or promote?
No, nothing to plug or promote. Obviously, yeah, when it comes to Elimination Chamber, I think I work on Saturdays, so like I've got a funny feeling I might be missing it. So I don't know if I'll be able to catch it because it'll be on like first thing in the morning over here, right? You said what, 5 o'clock your time? So like 10 o'clock in the morning our time. So I'm just gonna have to avoid the internet for the day, and when I get home, I'm just gonna have to try and watch it because I know it's gonna be good. But in regards to the last chat, in regards to the Rumble people keep talking about all these returns and all these old school guys winning. What you got to remember is that the reason 10 years ago that Punk left is because, you know, he wasn't getting the chance and they were giving it to all these part-timers. Remember who won the Rumble 10 years ago?
Ooh, there you go. There's a name out of the past. You never know.
Wasn't that?
But no, I don't want to. No, I don't want to see him. But he's retired. I think he's retired. But I mean, it's like it was a part-timer that won it. So it's like, let's not go back to that. That's, you know, that's why Rock doesn't need to win it. He doesn't need to come in. Hogan. If I see Hogan, then I won't be happy. That'll ruin my Rumble for sure. But
what about Arnold Schwarzenegger, though?
I mean, you'd get entertainment from seeing him hobble to the ring.
Yeah, but then I feel sorry for him. So I think, oh, what a life.
yeah.
You could have just gone on. Don't do what Flair does. Don't try and die in the ring. Let's just he's doing that in March. Like let's leave that as it is. But yeah, again, Aaron, thanks for having me on. I really appreciate it, and hopefully sometime again soon. And yeah, let's enjoy Saturday.
All right, thank you for that. And Simple Man Noah Foster, No DQ Predictions League, kicking off 2024. Everybody join this time. It's a lot of fun. Contact him. Noah, go ahead and give us your plug.
The form is already in the chat. You saw it scrolling. It'll be in the comments after this is done. It's currently on my Twitter as of right now. And if you want to follow me and engage with me in and out regarding the City Prediction Leagues and No DQ Galaxy, find me on the Twitter and on YouTube at Foster1916 for all things wrestling. Shout out, of course, to my WWE ATW family. For I am nothing more but a simple man and a lifelong fan of professional wrestling. Damn it, we only wish to encourage you. There are no winners, there are no losers, there are no betters. Just fans with opinions for this passion we all share. So at the end of the day, folks, support one another, respect each other, protect your mentality too. Treasure your families and just your life and enjoy professional wrestling. Let's have fun this Saturday, people. Simple as that.
You can't do those special effects. Only I can.
I'm on an iMac. I'm on a Mac, man. I was wondering if it worked. I forgot about that, though.
You might need to upgrade to the newest OS.
Oh, you're on a computer, right?
I'm on a laptop.
Yeah, me too. I was wondering if it would work.
Got to do your updates. Anyways, stay tuned to NoDQ.com. I don't believe I skipped Josh's super
I didn't
chat.
think so either. There's nothing in the starred section.
Yeah, and I think I read it off earlier. Yeah, Greg Aldis. I read Josh's super chat from earlier.
Yeah, he did.
That's that.
All right, guys, NoDQ.com will keep you updated. And then after that, make sure to plug the No DQ review for Sunday night. Third one in 1 week. That's crazy. That will be 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific this coming Sunday. And we might be talking about the Vince McMahon stuff. So if you're wanting to hear us discuss that in more detail, that might be Sunday, but we'll definitely have Rumble discussion. There's going to be a lot going on. So stay tuned to NoDQ.com for the very latest. Enjoy the Royal Rumble. Take care, everybody. Stay safe. Be kind to one another. And enjoy professional wrestling, as Noah Foster says. Say yes to No DQ. Buy a shirt. NoDQ.com/merch. Shout out to the Cleaver, Colin, Andrew. And we will see you all next time.
Have a good night.